how do the local partners help the Airbnb's business in China?
I think that they, you have entrepreneurs like Neil, Edward is very close to the government and understands the government quite well, and others. And what we found, we also have GGV, these are some very important partners in China. What we found is that they've really helped us think a little bit differently and more locally, and they taught us some basic lessons. There are maybe three important lessons that I learned about China. The first is to be humble and not arrogant about coming to China. I think a lot of companies, a lot of American companies, assume they would just succeed in China, and I think that's not played out very well. The second is to acknowledge that China is different. And I think a lot of companies thought, well, we won in Germany, we won in France, we won in Brazil, we've done very well in Russia, let's just do the same thing in China. And time after time, that's not worked. And so we decided to be incredibly local. We set up a local engineering and product development team here. The team's going to triple in size. And the team here is really run pretty independent of their US business. So they have all the advantages of our network effect globally, but we give them local decision-making power. We try not to make sure that they have to run everything by San Francisco, being on a totally different time zone. That has really been what we think has hurt a lot of US companies. And the final thing is, if you are to succeed in China, you have to have a reason you're succeeding. You have to have a strength that you bring. And the strength that Airbnb brings is a global network. We exist in 191 countries. And if you want to travel, if you live in China, and you want to travel around the world, and you want to stay in a home, you're going to want to go to one place where you can experience homes all over the world. And so we think there's a global player, one global network that people are going to use. We don't think they're going to use one in China and then one when they leave China. And so if you want to stay in a home in Paris, then you're going to use Airbnb because we're by far the largest. And so we think the global network is something that's unique to Airbnb because we're global, we're a two-sided network effect business in the travel industry. And so I think this makes us quite different than most other American internet companies that were maybe local network effects or no network effect whatsoever.